So how do you respond when things don't go exactly how you planned? It's day 3 of the Habits of Health and Home 6-week challenge, and there was a lot about this morning that didn't go as planned. Like the baby getting up at 5:45. We went back upstairs and I laid down with him. I laid there with him for like 30 minutes and I fell asleep. But he's asleep. We're gonna try again. The 2 oldest, usually my early riser, they're at their grandparents' house. So of course, this morning, little one gets up at 5:45. So laying with him, finally fall back asleep. In the process, I fell asleep because things don't always go as planned. In the past, I probably would have let this derail me. Falling back asleep and getting a later start would have been seen as an inconvenience. But I believe this is where the fruit of rhythms really starts to show. In the past, I had lived by a rigid schedule, and if you have little ones, you know that schedules and little ones don't always go together. This is another reason why I think it's so important to have the things you want to accomplish written down. Because when an interruption happens, you want to be able to step back into the pace of your day without feeling like you're wasting time trying to figure out what to do. I call this decision fatigue, and decision fatigue is often eliminated by having a clear set list. Another thing that really helps when there's interruption is having habit stacking. Habit stacking is basically taking one habit and stacking another habit on top of it. So for example, I know when I go upstairs to get the baby, that is a time to move over the laundry from the washer to the dryer. I also know that after dinner, it's time to reset the kitchen and load the dishwasher. A lot of times we can resist lists in thinking that it's too structured. But what you'll find is that by having lists and having these habits stacked on each other, you shorten the gap between interruption and getting things back on track. It's said that we make over 30,000 decisions in a day. So while you think you're a hot mess mom and you're just always in chaos mode, it's possible that you are just overwhelmed by the amount of decisions that go into a day. I know this because I was the ADHD mama who got totally overwhelmed by everything in her home and in her day. And it wasn't until creating systems and routines and habits within my home that everything started to change. This is everything that the Habits of Health and Home 6-week challenge is all about, friends. So go download the guide and the habit tracker to get started.